Ah, hola a todos, por cierto, bienvenidos a un nuevo directito. Aquí sobre su canal, su en que bien sé que estoy en un nuevo directo para el canal. Bueno, el día de hoy nos toca un lore con Shogun. Ahora que ya Shogun está en nuestras filas, tocó lore. Tocó. Hoy tocó algo bonito, así que bueno, vamos a ver qué pasa. Deme un momentico, voy a ver que todo esté bien y lo voy a compartir. Hoy día no sé de qué voy a hacer, Lore. Que tal vez haga una legendaria. Así que, bueno, ahora con Shogun tenemos Lorecito que se arma solo, ¿no? Que eso es lo lindo. Ya, deme un segundo que lo voy a compartir. Voy a compartirlo en algún Discord y vamos a empezar. Oh.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Ok, ya dejé compartido el Lore. Ya se escucha bien. Me falta compartir en un par de WhatsApps y estamos. No tengo idea qué va a pasar hoy día. No tengo ni fucking idea. Lo estoy empezando a compartir ya. Por los WhatsApp, por los Discord, eso. Y empecemos con esta vaina. Ya. Empecemos esta weá. Ok. Antes de empezar, voy a resumir lo que iba pasando. Obviamente tiramos por según en ese directo lo que pasó hace 2 días, que lo voy a resumir mañana. Pero lo que no saben es que acá yo he tirado 2 veces al banner de armas y recordarán que saqué el programa celestial en el directo. Pero ayer tirando un poco más, juntando el piti para la arma de Ayato, pues bueno, sacamos la lanza de la Shogun Raiden. Así que ahora la tenemos con lancita. Aquí la tengo nivel 70. La he farmeado un poquito. Aquí tenemos un poquito de Shogun Raiden. Un poquito, aquí están viendo sus stats. Consideren que faltan farmearle su set, farmearle su nivel 80 y todo eso. Así que consideren eso. Así que bueno, vamos a empezar esto. ¿Qué legendaria voy a hacer el día de hoy? A ver, podría ser la de Albedo. Podría. A ver, ¿cuáles son las legendarias que tengo activas hablando de eso? ¿Cuáles son? A ver. Tengo activada la de Tignari, la de. Bueno, la de Nilou y la de Ganju. Bueno, ¿qué me pide esta? Me pide. Bueno, me pide la de Ganju. Vale. Pero yo creo que quiero hacer la de Albedo primero, siendo honesto. Tengo que hacer la de Albedo primero. ¿Cuál era la de Albedo? Creo que era esta, Princeps Cacteus, ¿no? Creo que esa es la de Albedo, ¿no? Princeps Cacteus. Ok. Vamos a hacer la de Albedo, porque tengo mucha curiosidad de qué va a pasar. Vamos a ver dónde está. Creo que es... Ah, acá. Era en... En Espina Dragon. No tengo ni idea qué va a pasar ahora. Ni fucking idea. Y bueno, con respecto al canal de el YouTube morado, pues bueno, lo voy a crear dentro de un par de días, después de que pase toda la fiebre del año nuevo y todo eso. A ver, es para acá la cuestión.
Let's move.
Ah, Para acá. Bueno, ya me están tocando la bola esto, así que... Hagámoslo rápido. Afuera. Qué jodido eres, ¿ah? Ahora te lo muestro cómo está. Déjame terminar de matar a este infeliz. Que no me mola nada. El albedo. Rápido show. ¿Sabes qué? Ya me choreé. Sí, la de Kelu, exacto. Ya. Al fuego. Listo. Y ahora no me fastidies, weón. Ok, me pide que use la visión elemental, ¿no? Sale, visión elemental.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Acá, ¿no?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Thelonious Church than I realized.
¿Dónde está? ¿Cómo está? Ahí está. Ah, este es el árbol grande. Pensé que era otra cosa, weón. Para acá. No hay que seguir para acá. ¿Dónde está? ¡Que hay luz! Oh. Ok. Así que esperar, bueno. ¿Estáis viendo cuánto pega mi allá ahora? Ya está, perfecto. Saludos. Creo que para acá. Ahí está. ¿Qué luz?
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
¿Qué es el? Saludos, Misty.
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good, but
What? Can't he see those healing churros? Is he in danger?
Ok, chunchules, los haré pedazos rápido. Ahora observen esto. Bankai.
Let's take them out of
¿Está lista, Shogun? ¡Raikiri! ¿7900?
Who are you? Why did you alarm them?
What the f...
Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been ashamed to leave these particular hilly children.
Acabo de terminar mi boceto. Es unos chunchules que están molestando.
What's up with painting healing churros? What makes that so interesting?
¿Por qué está dibujando chunchules aquí?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting.
Me temo que no es tan fácil de explicar. Quizás vean mi dibujan y lo entenderán.
Wow! Look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
Yo lo veo con cara de grifo, ¿eh?
You can find these silly trolls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the code.
Bueno, ahora sabemos que Keylus es médico, jugador y también pintor.
In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the...
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina.
También.
We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me.
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of... I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from a
Ja, por supuesto que yo vengo de otro mundo. Estoy en cada multiverso existente, viejo. Ahora conóceme y venérame.
Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously.
Está bien tu investigación. ¿Quieres pelear?
Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
Whoa! You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen...
Ay, no. Es mago también.
You can do that?
Qué útil es la alquimia, ¿eh?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. It's like you, in that it hails from another world, helping it to grow, to bloom. That
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the... But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you,
Ya veo, así que quieres aprender de otro mundo utilizándome a mí, ¿eh?
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Mora, knowledge, and the answer to the question you are seeking. It happens to be
Ya
the
veo.
answer that I... Time for a change of surroundings. We should be go...
Ok, empecemos.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk?
Bueno, si quieren ver cómo está Shogun con su arma, ahí está el arma. Observen. Observen. Y sus atributos están así. 1315. La subí un poquito casi a 70. Así que ahí la estamos entrenando un poquito más. Era bacán, ¿no? ¿Cómo estás? Pues, ¿estaba todo bien? Creo que era para acá. Primero quitémonos el frío extremo. Bien. ¿Dónde estás, Kalos? Es aquí, ¿no?
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible.
Vale.
Still a little difficult to understand?
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Se nota que no entendiste nada, ¿verdad, campanita?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid.
Ya.
I suppose it's one of the few
Ya veo.
related disciplines I'm any good. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person. How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach?
No, claro que no.
Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question. Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springfield.
Hey, how would you know?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, it seems that only experiment... Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps...
Huh? That's
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge.
Slimes! Slimes are fine.
Ok, empecemos con esa fiesta, viejo.
Well, prepare yourself.
Terminaré con esto en 5 segundos. Bankai.
There is no escape.
Terminemos con esto.
Shines eternal.
Raime Kabehiri.
Illusion shattered. I'm going in.
Be still.
Rayo, lo esquivó. Vale.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready.
No tengo ni siquiera un rasguño, viejo.
Excellent. According to my observations, The manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the
Internal flow?
It's very simple. I can use out if the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body. This potion may elicit an element.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
¿Que producirá algún efecto de retorcijón en mi estómago?
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some.
And in the
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary. Well, that's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking you, just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. It's a type of ore known as star silver. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some stars, all going to plan.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns. Let's keep our eyes open.
Claro. Bueno, juez, si quiere ver cómo está Shogun, está así. Ahí la ves. Nivel casi la Gen 70. Los artefactos hay que trabajarlos, que eso sí hay que trabajarlo después. El arma está así. Que ¿esto dónde lo saco? Ah, ya. Derrotando enemigos, vale. Bien. ¿Y esto?
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
¿Es en serio? No me dejarán en paz, ¿verdad?
This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
There is no escape.
Be still.
Cágate. ¿Ah? Progreso de Anhelo Escarlata, ¿y eso qué es?
What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Es para acá, ¿no? Acá está.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your
Whoa! Look at all the data!
I wouldn't call them results. And I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes.
¿Es en serio? Bueno, supongo que yo con Paimon estamos más relacionados.
Consider, you don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought,
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings can a cryoregis vine, or even a whopper flower might be a better analogy. But tracing back in that sense,
yes sir, that sound...
After all, we've got our primary data already. If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this...
Ah, it would. Apologies, I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research,
¿Por qué todos los NPC son iguales?
I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand... In line with my expectations. Ready to drink.
A ver, ¿qué
Remember
es
to
esto?
keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Ah. Ay, ¿no?
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What happened?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected.
Joder.
But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete,
So you knew you'd be sick and still drink?
it was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course,
Para sentir empatía por tus sujetos de prueba, ¿en serio?
reason it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you.
Deberías analizar más, Luz.
In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable
Parece que un
variety.
experimento no te salió bien, ¿verdad?
The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a Pyroregisvine or an Eye of the Storm. To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Entiendo todo lo que está pasando, pero ¿cómo esto afectará a mi futuro? No lo entiendo.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Oh, having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract...
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was...
Before we can proceed with our research, if you're interested, why not have a look around?
Ok. Ah, bueno. ¡Sí! ¡No! ¡No me faltó nada! Me joden todo, hermano.
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
Ah, no, me quedaba... para resinadera, weón.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting?
Seré honesto, para mí nada de esto tiene sentido.
Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side. I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment.
Ya bebí demasiadas bebidas. No quiero más, gracias.
No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
No podré hacerlo, pero que lo intente Paimon.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
That was your best effort? Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation.
Los alquimistas tienen mucha imaginación, viejo.
I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a Sunshine's...
Cooking? Paimon was looking...
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting.
Paimon bits you... That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approved.
Ahora sí te parece bien.
Good buddies are... Oh,
I'll leave you to it then. Look, if there's anything left over...
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that...
Ok, de acuerdo.
How are we gonna channel elemental
Mare
power
cargo.
into the food? Maybe try the willpower...
That was fast.
¿Qué no tengo? Me cago en todo, pensé que tenía una, weón.
Where does he get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
¿Cuál es? Pescado salteado a la mantequilla. Pescado. Este, ¿no? No, pescado a la parrilla, este. Ah, este. Ah, aumenta el ataque. Me sirve. No, la defensa. Me había equivocado entonces. Bueno, no importa, ya lo hice.
That was fast. Looking forward to testing the
Ok,
results.
empecemos. Ahí está.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in... As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world, unless... Could it be that the natural...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. And here's your portion. Enjoy.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole... Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things...
Hey! You were being nice a second ago. But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Yes, I'm fortunate too. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge. I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go get—
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. If you had, say, superpower, like night vision, I must have dropped them somewhere in the air.
So, guess we'd better take a look.
Utilizaremos el poder de la visión elemental para encontrar esto rápido.
Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight! The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental
¡No!
This must be electrohypostasis powder.
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks. I'm wondering, this elemental sight,
Yep, guess it does sort of count as a
unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would...
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain element... Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning.
Básicamente ya no puedo escaparme.
The differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capability. Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose? And if you jump from here,
Obviamente no, viejo.
the one over there, could you see her then?
Tampoco, viejo.
So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments? Then could you see her?
Parece que aún estamos probando mis poderes, ¿no?
Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, I know of a location that will be perfect for a...
Ya está, nivel 70, ¡vamos! Ok, bueno, ya tengo esto. Esto también es fácil de armar técnicamente. Esto también. Así que el 80 no creo que me cueste tanto. Listo. No me estorben. Está arriba. ¡Infeliz!
Be still.
Ok, ahí estamos.
You want us to jump?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is.
Esto no me tranquiliza nada.
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research.
Está
And if
bien,
you would,
déjamelo a mí.
please, I eagerly await.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Listo. Facilito. Ahora antes de volver a empezar a hacer esto. Y que estamos al lado. Acá hay, ¿no? ¿O será arriba? Arriba yo creo. Ok. No me la quieren poner fácil, ¿ah? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Y eso qué es? ¡Dash! ¡No! ¡No! ¡Sube! ¡Dash!
That's far enough.
Bueno, era esa. Ok. Ahora, ¿dónde está el veo rápido? Va a terminar muriendo ya, todo va a terminar muriendo ya, todo va a terminar muriendo ya, todo va a morir ya, todo va a morir ya, todo. Me cago en todo.
I've never seen a performance quite like it.
Cállate, Keylus. Cállate. Ya hiciste que muriera ya, tu infeliz.
Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the... If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, Then I shall be able... The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights...
But how does this help your
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few...
Espero que ahora puedas mostrarme verdaderos resultados y no conjeturas, viejo.
Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of... The essence of the investigative process is enthralling. But such feeling, I'm willing to pour all my energy into research. And yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into all these things that start out as objects of fascination end up as...
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly turtles? Because you got to see something new and...
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part...
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be like...
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me. And now, before we head back to the campsite, follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Así que ruinas, ¿eh? Bueno, antes de eso, cagate Kero porque me voy a... Primero prefiero curarme. Después de hacer todas esas pruebas, que no sé qué significan todas estas pruebas, para qué me sirven, no tengo idea, de ahí voy a averiguarlo, pero bueno. No me alcanzará mientras pueda correr, infelices. Tiene que ser ahí.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test.
De acuerdo.
I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, as with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is a tried and tested adventurer, I see.
Estoy acostumbrado a esas
So,
boberías.
let's see you in action. It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Espérate, que aquí hay otro. ¿Cómo llegó a esa, verdad?
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
¿Cómo es de estos monos, weón?
Vision shattered.
Cascade.
Cágate. Ya empecemos. ¡Jaja! Ok. Aquí no hay nada parecido. Todo tiene que ser esta acá. Te vi, culero. ¿Ah, sí? Lastimosamente para ti. Para esto tengo yo. Deprisa, 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 anda.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism.
Me cago en todo, ¿en serio?
What will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding
Ok.
Hey!
¿Dónde fue?
Explaining things is Paimon's job!
Dale otro.
Shine down.
Ahora. Ahí está.
Seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able
¿Qué es
to see
esto?
what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
¿Unas letras?
What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but there's still a lot to learn about them. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pick.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparative. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Nos vemos pronto, Keylus. Espero resultados la próxima vez, viejo.
Paimon's kind of looking forward to seeing the result, unless you can think of anything better.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
Ah, ¿sí? ¿Quieres pelear, señorita?
You didn't.
I most certainly did not. And I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
No es una mala persona.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his...
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway...
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat...
So, what are you gonna do?
¿Quieres pelear? Empecemos.
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact... I've investigated everything else.
But we don't even...
But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then, all things which is what I was hoping. I would have been one.
Overtime?
¿Horas extra?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
Está loca.
She's gone. So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that.
Quizás sea un poco insegura.
Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo.
You're back? Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back?
Solo una monja, viejo.
I wouldn't worry. She's just doing her job. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today. And it was very but the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is... You're very much like
¿Eso es todo?
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world.
Solo los arcontes
You're
lo
able
saben.
to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of but after I am imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
¿Mm?
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, is not nurturing otherworldly life also.
Fue efímero.
It would seem that that's as far as we go.
Paimon thought, with all our efforts, it might have bloomed.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't... A short life can be well lived. A life lived if... So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Huh? Things feel a little heavy. Don't be sad. You've got Paimon
Gracias.
to look at. Albedo, Paimon
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was in the future. If the need arises, can I solicit your help again?
Claro, y también si quieres una compañía, viejo.
Well, I made a point throughout of telling him how what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been that. Those born of earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I, if one day I lose control, can I rely on you to stop me?
Te haré pedazos si es necesario, viejo. Bueno, terminamos ya la misión. 60 protos, que es lo que queríamos, por eso la hice.
There is no escape.
Qué molesto estos tipejos, loco. Bueno, ya estamos. ¿De cuánto queda el directo? Bueno, 1 hora. Creo que quedó perfecto. Así que lo vamos a dejar de acá de momento. Hicimos la legendaria de Keylus. Mañana tocaría la de Ganju en la noche. Así que... bueno. Creo que ya todo está bien. A ver, creo que me queda la de Ganju y la de Tignari con la de Nilou, sí. La de Venti no sé si quiero hacerla, Estoy en veremos, me la voy a pensar. La de Yeran sí quiero hacerla. Estas, por ende... De estos me faltan unos cuantos. Ya la de Cookie vamos a desbloquear. Y la siguiente sería la de Goku, la de Gesso. Y bueno, con respecto al arma, ya para terminar el directo, vamos así. Ya estamos con el Pity. Y vamos a ver si podemos juntar, ¿no? ¿Cuánto me pide? 1280. Ok, la vamos a dejar hasta acá. Espero que les haya gustado el directito. Si es así, pueden dar por eso me gusta, la buena suscripción, comente lo que quiera, suscríbase que no cuesta nada y espero que el siguiente capítulo sea más interesante que este porque estuvo un poquito apagada para los acostumbrados que estoy a las legendarias. Así que espero que la legendaria mañana sea mucho más interesante, que haya más pelea y voy a tratar de farmear un poquito más a Shogun. Así que bueno, lo dejo hasta aquí y nos vemos. Adiós, gracias por ver, bye bye.